Can you tell me a little bit more about how apprenticeship is a model for creating an equitable talent pipeline?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is that if somebody wants to become a medical assistant, they want to go to our community colleges. And again, we have amazing community and technical colleges here in Washington State. We have a really robust system, but you have to pay for it. And even if you can pay for the tuition and the cost of attendance and a laptop and all those things that go with obtaining a higher education credential, you still have to provide for basic needs. Most people have to pay rent, and we have to buy food, and we have to pay for car insurance and all those different things. And so having to upfront those costs really excludes large swaths of our communities from being able to access that. And it's not to say that our colleges don't try and are not working to really try to close some of those equity gaps to make higher education affordable. But there are still people that just look at that cost or look at that price tag and say, I can't do that. And so apprenticeship then says, well, I'm going to start earning a paycheck starting on day one. I'm going to be employed. I'm going to have access to benefits. And so it takes a whole groups of people that feel that higher education is unattainable, and it closes that aspiration gap. And then number two, even if somebody started in that community college program and all of a sudden perhaps they're from a lower income family and something happens, people have to drop out, people have to take a pause, and colleges work to try to fill those gaps as best that they can, but sometimes it just becomes too much for people. Whereas an apprenticeship program, you're fully benefited, you have access to all of those different supports that you would as a full-time employee, which can often help people be able to get through that. So the persistence component is really, I think is a really important part to be able to do that. So really opening the doors, keeping people through that, and the data reflect that. Medical assistants that come through apprenticeship are far more diverse and representative of the communities that live here in Seattle King County than those that go through our community college programs.